As I was saying, John Donne's A Valediction Forbidding Morning. It is a metaphysical poem, and he wrote it in 1611. Why did he write? Because at that time, in 1611, he had to go to France, leaving his wife behind. So it was an emotional moment for John Donne and his wife. His wife's name was Anne More. So the word valediction, it means a farewell speech. And it is a love poem, as I have already mentioned. There are 36 lines in it, and this poem was first published in 1633 in the book called Songs and Sonnets. All right. So let me explain the poem now. A valediction forbidding morning. Valediction, the act of saying farewell. It means don't say farewell. Don't say, don't cry. Forbidding morning. Don't cry. I'm going, but I will come back. The lover is saying, don't worry. I am always with you. I am going now. I am leaving now, but I will return. I will come back. So don't worry. Forbidding morning. Forbidding means, you know, in Bangla, there is a word forbidden, which means nishiddho, right? That means not allowed. Forbidding morning. Morning means the expression of sorrow. So you should not be sad. Forbidding morning. Morning is forbidden. কষ্ট করো না, দুঃখ করো না। I am leaving, আমি যাচ্ছি, but I am always with you. So the lover is saying to the beloved. All right. So I'm going to share a photo now. Can you see the photo?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
No?
Sir, it's gone. It's gone, sir.
Okay, wait, please.
স্যার ইয়েস স্যার দেখা যাচ্ছে
Yes, sir.
Which one?
স্যার একটা ছেলে কি কোথায় কি দেখ লুকা চুরি খেলতেছে মনে হয় কি দেখতেছে
Not this one. I have lost the photo. Okay, wait, I'm just getting it back.
আবার চলে গেছে স্যার এটা
Okay, wait. Okay, can you see this one?
স্যার এখন দেখা যাচ্ছে টাইপস অফ লাভ
Types of love, can you see?
ইয়েস স্যার বাট স্যার স্লাইড একটু এক পাশে হয়ে গেছে স্যার
দেখো স্যার ঠিক করলে ভালো স্লাইডটা মিডল নাই স্যার এক পাশে চলেছে
Yes, any problem with the slide?
ইয়েস স্যার স্যার স্লাইডটা
নো
এক পাশে
স্যার
মানে ডান পাশে চলে
মাঝখানে
এসেছে
এটা
স্যার
আছে
স্যার একদম ক্লিয়ার দেখা যাচ্ছে স্যার।
ও আচ্ছা
স্যার ঠিক আছে স্যার
এখন ঠিক আছে স্যার
So types of love. It is a love poem, and I think you know how many types are there. Types of love.
8 স্যার
Yeah, 8.
8 types of love. Can you read the lines?
Rom- Companionship, altruistic, unique, self-love. That's all I think, sir.
Okay. So I will explain. Before that, let me come to the okay. So romantic love. Romantic love, it means puppy love. Puppy love. Do you know why it is called puppy love?
Sir, puppy love কেন স্যার?
Puppy means, you know what is a puppy? Puppy means
পাপির স্যার ডগের বাচ্চাটাকে মানে কিউট বাচ্চাগুলোকে বলে।
yes, cute kid, okay, of a dog. So actually, romantic love is also called puppy love because romantic love is cute. All right. So
Yes, sir.
when the lovers are in a romantic relationship, that means the love is cute. Then sexual love, the intimate expression of love. Okay, it is connected with physicality, physical affairs. So the expression, the relationship is intimate. Pragmatic love. Pragmatic love, it is a kind of rational, reasoning kind of love. What does it mean? It means it's almost like conditional love. If I love, what I will get. All right. So there is a kind of practicality, selfishness related to it. Then there is platonic love. What is platonic love? You already know.
স্পিরিচুয়াল লাভ স্যার
But
স্যার লাইলা মজনু লাভ এটা আর কি স্যার?
platonic love means spiritual love, and there is a kind of intellectual relationship. And very simply, platonic love means friendship. All right, just friendship. In friendship, there is no sexuality, there is no physicality. Just they are friends. They are enjoying the moment. They are sharing their thoughts with one another. So friendship is called a kind of platonic love. So there is another kind of love, companionship love. Companionship love is also a synonym. It is synonymous with platonic love. Companionship love, platonic love, একই বলতে পারো. Then altruistic love, or concern for the spouse. Altruistic love, that means if you get married, if you love your wife, or if your wife loves you, this is called altruistic love. Then there is another one called manic love. Manic love means a crazy lover, crazy, possessive, jealous kind of love. The lover always stays with his beloved like a shadow. He does not want to leave her, or the beloved, the girl, does not want to leave uh, the boy, there is a kind of, doubt, jealousy. If I leave him or if I leave her, maybe he or she uh, will have another affair. Maybe I will lose her. Ah, manic love, crazy love, mad love. মানে সব সময় চোখে চোখে রাখা, আমি যদি একটু দূরে চলে যাই সে হয়তো অন্য কোনো সম্পর্কে জড়াবে কিনা। সো ইউ সি, manic love. All right. So, manic love we see in Othello. In Othello, actually, he is not jealous, but he becomes jealous later on because of the villain Iago. Iago makes him jealous, and then Othello doubts his beloved, his wife Desdemona, and he becomes crazy. He becomes so jealous because he does not want to lose his wife Desdemona. So I hope you understand. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Then the last,
Yes, sir.
okay, then the last type of love is self-love. What is self-love? Self-love means an egoistic, narcissistic kind of love. What do you mean by self-love? Any idea?
স্যার আমি আমাকে স্যার আর কাউকে কিছু মানে আমাকে নিয়ে চিন্তা করবো আর কি স্যার, বাইরের কিছুই নাই, কারোর জন্য না।
Narcissistic kind of love. Can you see another slide now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, what is there? What is going on? What do you see? It's
I
a,
just see
it's a young
a
man.
man.
Yes, sir, young man,
Young
and
doing,
I think there is shadow, reflection maybe. He sees
Sir, one man was doing exercise.
doing
push
exercise.
up.
Is he doing exercise? Anis? I think Anis should wear glasses. He cannot see properly. Hello?
স্যার, আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি স্যার, এটা স্যার আমার দৃষ্টিতে এটা এক্সারসাইজ করার মতো মনে হচ্ছে। মানে স্যার যে মিশনে এক্সারসাইজ করে না, স্যার ছবিটা আমার এরকম বলে মনে হচ্ছে। এটা স্যার
এই
আমার ফার্স্ট ইয়ার থেকে বললাম আর কি।
যে নিচে মেয়ে এতগুলো কাপড় পরে এক্সারসাইজ করে।
Naima,
এখানে
Naima, can you see the photo?
জি স্যার, আই থিংক ইটস সেলফ লাভ। স্যার মিররের মধ্যে ও নিজেকে দেখতেছে স্যার এখানে।
It is called self-love. He is looking at him, or he is looking at himself in the reflection of the water, and he has fallen in love with himself. This is called narcissistic love or self-love. Okay, there are some people, or I should say many people in the society, maybe it's a boy, maybe it's a girl, and they always, are busy. They are looking at the mirrors, looking at themselves, you know, combing their hair. They are always, busy in looking at themselves. Whenever they see a mirror, they just stand and, look at themselves. So narcissistic love, it is actually connected with the Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, there was a person, there was a hunter whose name was Narcissus. Okay, Narcissus. And he was the son of a river god, and her mother was also a goddess, a nymph. So Narcissus was so proud about his beauty. he was extremely handsome. I mean, in Greek mythology, okay, he was extremely handsome, and the girls, they just loved him. Whenever any girl looked at him, that girl used to be crazy for him. Uh, can you listen? Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, all right. But he was so proud. Okay. So then what happened? One day, but he did not love anyone. He was so proud. তার মধ্যে অহংকার ছিল. Then one day he saw himself in the reflection of the water. Okay, so he saw himself in the reflection of the water, as you can see in the photo, and he thought, my God, this is extremely handsome, extremely beautiful. And he tried to kiss his own image in the water, but he could not kiss the image, because every time he tried to kiss the image in the water, his own image in the water, and a kind of wave, a ripple in the water uh, was created. So he was so obsessed, so passionate with his love for his own image. He started loving his own picture in the water, but he was not able to touch it, and he died of hunger and thirst. So this is really interesting. He tried to touch that image. He tried to touch his own image, own photo, own picture in the water. He tried and
স্যার
tried. Yes,
এখানে তো স্যার এখানে তো ওকে অভিশাপ দেয়া হয়
listen. The story has, so many versions. All right, so many versions. So this is one version, and he tried to touch and touch and touch, but could not touch his own picture. As you can see in the photo, he wasted his time, and he died of hunger and thirst. After that, at that spot where he died, a flower bloomed. So people call it Narcissus plant or daffodil. All right, daffodil. I am showing you the photo of daffodil now.
Sir, Daffodil was written by William Wordsworth, right?
Yes, there is a famous poem, and okay, I will show you the photo later on. Now let me
শস্য
back.
ক্ষেত ড্যাফোডিল মানে
Sorry, any question?
শস্য ক্ষেত স্যার, ড্যাফোডিল মিন্স শস্য ক্ষেত।
I can't hear you properly, Naima.
স্যার ড্যাফোডিল মিন্স শস্য ক্ষেত স্যার।
Daffodil, it's a kind of flower. All right. It's a kind of flower. The net is so slow. Please wait for a second. Can you see the MS Word file now?
No, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
Clear? A valediction forbidding mourning?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now let's come back to the poem. As virtuous men pass mildly away and whisper to their souls to go, while some of their sad friends do say, the breath goes now, and some say no. As virtuous men pass mildly away. Virtuous means, honest man, moral man. As moral man die mildly away. Mildly means gently away, and whisper to their souls to go. Well, some of their sad friends do say, the breath goes now, and some say no. You see, when the honest people die, they die, gently. They leave this world, and they just leave this world, uh, what should I say? I mean, without any exaggeration or extravagance. They just leave the world simply, and their friends are sad, of course, because the honest men are leaving this world. They are dying, so there are friends, and they think about the soul. They think that the soul is going to leave the body now. All right. So let us melt and make no noise. Similarly, as the honest people, they leave the world, leave this world, you know, silently, without making any noise. Similarly, the lover in this poem is saying that let us melt. Let us melt. Melt means let us, love ourselves more and make no noise. We should not make any noise. Let us love more. No tear floods. Tear floods. You know, we should not cry. We should not create any floods by crying, nor sigh tempest move, and we should not sigh. You know, sigh means deep breath. You are leaving deep breath. And the lover is saying that there should be no tempests, no storms of our sighs. It were profanation of our joys. What is profanation? Profanation means desecration. In Bangla, apavitrata. If we cry, it will not be pure. Our love will be impure. I hope you are hearing me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if we cry, our love will be impure. To tell the laity our love. Laity, the word laity means common people. Common people. Laity also means church members, members of the church. So here I understand that the word laity means common people. So the lover is saying, please don't cry. I am leaving, but we should not cry. আমি চলে যাচ্ছি কিছুদিনের জন্য, কিন্তু আমরা কাঁদবো না, আমরা কান্না করব না। আমরা যদি কান্না করি, অন্যরা জানবে, আর আমাদের ভালোবাসাটা অপবিত্র হবে। Moving of the earth brings harms and fears. Man reckon what it did and meant. but trepidation of the spheres, though greater far, is innocent. Okay, moving of the earth brings harms and fears. Moving of the earth, that means earthquake. During earthquake, the world moves, it shakes. So when the earthquake occurs, then is it full of happiness, or is it something, full of fear? When earthquake happens, we feel happy or we feel fearful, afraid?
Fearful, sir.
We feel afraid. And
Yeah, afraid.
yes, earthquakes, they harm us, right? Earthquakes are not good,
Yes,
they
sir.
are bad. So man think what it did, and man reckon. The word reckon means believe or think. But trepidation of the spheres, trepidation means movement, shaking. In Bangla, Norachora, the trepidation of the spheres. Spheres, the word spheres means planets or stars. Onno groho ba tara, durer groho ba tara. So the trepidation of the spheres, that means the movement of the planets and stars, though greater far, is innocent. Far away there are planets and stars, and those planets and stars are also moving, but this movement is innocent. That means the movement of those planets and stars, it is not harmful for us. অনেক দূরে গ্রহ আছে, তারা আছে, সেগুলো নড়ছে, সেগুলো হয়তো মাঝে মাঝে কেঁপে উঠছে, কিন্তু এটা দূরে, আমরা প্রভাবিত হচ্ছি না। হ্যাঁ, we are safe. Those planets and stars are moving far away, so they are not harming us. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Dull sublunary lovers love, whose soul is sense, cannot admit absence, because it doth remove those things which alimented it. Dull sublunary lovers love. That means, dull means boring, sublunary means, worldly, connected with what should I say, physicality, physical affair, physical love. So the poet, the lover, is saying that there are some lovers who give importance to physical love, who always want to engage or involve in physical love, and this is not good. The poet is saying, because it doth remove those things which alimented it. That means it destroys true love. The lover is saying that physical love is not good because it destroys true love. So there are some lovers who are always, what should I say? I mean, who are always focusing or giving importance to physical love, and the lover is saying it is not supportable. But we by a love so much refined that ourselves know not what it is, assured of the mind, care less eyes, lips, and hands to miss. But we by a love so refined, our love is so refined. Refined means pure. The lover is telling to the beloved, প্রেমিক তার প্রেমিকাকে বলছে যে our love is so refined, so pure, and assured of the mind, That means I know, my mind knows that our love is pure, and your mind also knows that, your mind also knows the same. So here, that means the mind of the lover and the mind of the beloved, they are, what should I say? I mean, they are so united. The mind of the lover and the mind of the beloved are united, are becoming one. So they don't care about the eyes, they don't care about the physical love, they don't care about the eyes, they don't care about the lips, they don't care about the hands. So you see, these are physical aspects, right? That means uh, physicality, the body is not important, but the soul, the mind, the soul is important. So this is called platonic love. I'm going to show you another photo. Can you see the image?
Yes, sir.
Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what is it? Platonic love. So it means an emotional and spiritual relationship between a couple that does not involve sexual desire. A working platonic relationship is mighty rare these days. So it's a kind of relationship where there is no physicality, there is no physical affair, and in this age, do you believe that platonic love exists uh, now in this age?
So maybe.
Uh, Maybe Hassan is saying maybe. Anyone else? Do you believe that platonic love is present now? Hello?
No idea, sir.
No idea. Okay. Do you see this photo? Another photo?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What is there? What's going on?
Uh, they are falling in love with each other, and
Okay. What about the boy? The boy's heart is coming out.
it's beating, sir. Duck, 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 duck.
Yes, it's beating so fast because
Sir, সে
he,
তার মেয়েটাকে দেখে পাগল হয়ে গেছে আর
he
কি।
is much impressed, right?
Yes, sir.
And the girl is also, is also having an emotional feeling, and
Sir,
she
Sir,
also feels love.
sir,
Yes.
sir, both of them are maybe sing the song. এই জীবনে যারে চেয়েছি আজ আমি তারে পেয়েছি।
All right. Okay. Now let's get back to the poem again. So as you can see, eyes, lips, hands, and all these physical aspects are not important in platonic love. So you already know platonic. The word platonic has come from the Greek philosopher Plato, and his philosophy regarding love is this: the souls are important, the unification of souls. The love of the bodies is not important. So let's move on. Our two souls. Can you see the screen, MS Word doc again?
Yes, sir.
Okay, our two souls, therefore, which are one. Our two souls are one, as I have already told you. Metaphysical poetry believes in platonic love. So, though I must go, endure, not yet. I must go. I have to leave. আমাকে এখন যেতে হবে. প্রেমিক তার প্রেমিকাকে বলছে আমাকে এখন যেতে হবে। Endure not yet a breach. Endure means tolerate,
সহ্য করা।
suffer, tolerate. Not yet a breach. Breach means breaking, gap. I am leaving, but I am not leaving forever. I am always with you. My soul is with your soul. So don't worry, but an expansion. So you see, our love is not breaking. Breach means break, gap. Our love is not breaking, but an expansion. Our love is expanding. Expanding means increasing, like gold to airy thickness bit. So like gold, our love is increasing. What does it mean? It means, can you see this photo on the screen?
Yes, sir.
The two gold coins, right?
Yes.
So how are they made actually? At first there was a at first there was a little piece of gold. Then if you just, you know, what should I say, beat the piece of gold, or if you give pressure, then it expands. শুরুতে হয়তো ছোট একটু একটু মানে স্বর্ণের টুকরোর মতো ছিল, ওটাকে তুমি চাপ দিলে বা ওটাকে তুমি হ্যামার বা হাতুড়ি দিয়ে আঘাত করলে সেটা কি হুবহু একই থাকে না চ্যাপ্টা হয়ে বাড়তে থাকে?
So it increases, sir.
It increases. So similarly, the poet is saying, কবিও বলছেন যে একটি ছোট স্বর্ণের টুকরোকে প্রেসার দিলে যেমন বাড়তে থাকে, পাশে চ্যাপ্টা হয়ে বাড়তে থাকে, সিমিলারলি একইভাবে our love will also expand like you know, like gold. If you take a hammer, if you press, you know, or if you strike the piece of gold so hard, then the piece of gold will, you know, expand. Similarly, our love will expand. So you see, this is also a metaphysical conceit, a metaphysical metaphor, or actually I should say simile. Like gold, it's a simile. So strange kind of simile. This is not normal, this is very uncommon kind of simile. So if they be two, they are two, so as stiff twin compasses are two. Now let me share another photo. Do you know what a compass is?
Yes, sir. Kata
Can you-
compass, sir.
Compass, you know, in mathematics, when you were children, you used compasses. Can you see the photo? There's a compass.
Yes, sir.
So the poet is comparing his love with a compass. কবি নিজের ভালোবাসাকে কম্পাসের সাথে তুলনা করছেন।
Sir,
Yes. So,
sir, we have another class.
okay, I will take 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right. Then I will finish. So the compass, you see, how many legs are there? How many parts in a compass?
Sir, two legs.
Two parts. So one part is the lover, another part is the beloved. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So the lover is saying, we are like the two parts of the compass. We are always together. The parts of the compass are always together. Similarly, the lover is saying, I am not going so far. I am always with you. So this is very interesting. This is also a metaphysical conceit, a strange kind of metaphor. Thy soul, the fixed foot, makes no show to move, but doth if the other do. So the lover is saying that you are the fixed foot, and I will move, but you remain the same. Do you understand? When you use a compass, one leg is fixed. Compass use করলে একটা অংশ ফিক্সড থাকে না কাগজে,
Yes, sir.
আরেকটা অংশ
Move around.
আরেকটা অংশ দূরে দূরে ছড়াতে থাকে না দূরে, হ্যাঁ, বৃত্ত তৈরি করো যেভাবে একটা অংশ ফিক্সড থাকে না কাগজে।
Yes, sir.
তো ওই যে অংশ ফিক্সড থাকে কাগজে ওই অংশটাকে ধরো প্রেমিকা, আর যে অংশটা দূরে ছড়িয়ে যাচ্ছে ওই অংশটাকে ধরো প্রেমিক। Do you understand the difference, the comparison?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, before I move, I want to make sure, do you all have a class now, or only the few of you have a class?
Sir, we have also.
Do you all have the class? With whom?
Yes, sir.
With
Shafin
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
আমাদের আইড স্যার
okay, I'll take 3 minutes, then I can finish the poem. That's why. Okay, only 3 minutes. So, do you understand the comparison
Yes, sir.
between the compass and the love of the lovers? And though it, that means, let me tell you again in English, as I was translating in Bangla. So the fixed part of the compass is the beloved who stays at home, and the another part which roams, which goes far away. So this part is actually the lover himself. So the lover is saying, don't worry, I am always with you even if I am going away. And though it in the center seat, yet when the other far doth roam, it leans and hearkens after it and grows erect as that comes home. So you see, this is the description what I have just said. The one part is fixed in a compass, and that fixed part is the beloved, and another part which goes away from the fixed part is the lover, but they are still together because the compass is together. The compass is one part, one with two different parts, but the compass together is one. Similarly, the lover is saying, I am not going so far away. Yes, physically I am going away, but my soul is always with you. Our souls are one. Such will thou be to me, who must, like the other foot, obliquely run. Thy firmness makes my circle just, and makes me an end where I began. So you are like a like a part of a compass, like the leg of a compass. And I may run, I may go from here to there, but ultimately I am with you. And your firmness, that means the firmness, the fixedness, solidity of the beloved. The beloved is, strong. I mean, her love is strong. The lover's love is also strong. The lover is saying that your firmness, your solidity makes my circle just. That means if you support me like the fixed part of a compass, if you support me, then I can easily go, I can easily do my jobs, and our life will be, successful, will be meaningful like the compass. The compass is not perfect, with one leg, with one part. কম্পাস কি একটা একটা পার্ট দিয়ে কি কম্পাস হবে, না দুটো পার্ট লাগবে? দুটো পার্ট মিলে কম্পাসটি পরিপূর্ণ হবে। সিমিলারলি, the love of the lover and the beloved, the love is complete, perfect. You know, if there is mutual understanding, if there is mutual affection, you know, I give love, I take love. So if there is love, mutual understanding, if there is, you know, no confusion, no doubt, so the understanding should be there like the two parts of a compass. So then the love will be, you know, stronger and purer. So this is it. This is a metaphysical poem, I have already told you. And
হ্যালো স্যার,
yes, please give me 1 minute, one last minute, then I will finish. 1 minute.
ওকে স্যার, স্যার লিঙ্গে বসে আছে।
1 minute. So can you see the photo?
তারপরে আমাদেরকে ক্লাস অ্যাড করবেন না।
Okay, last minute. I'll finish now. Can you see the photo?
Yes, sir.
So you see, can you see the last parts to the left? Mundane madness. Mundane madness.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you
Sir, what is
And then-
this?
Madness.
Divine madness.
Madness.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Can you see this part? Part of soul desiring pleasure.
Yes, sir.
So physical
And
love.
part of soul
Physical
desiring
love. Physical love always searches for pleasure. So this is called mundane madness. And spiritual love. Can you see this part? Part of soul desiring the best. Physical
Yes,
love.
sir.
Physical love always searches for, you know, I mean, a physical love is called, sorry, love of the soul. Love of the soul is called divine madness. According to Socrates and Plato, love is also a kind of madness. All right, and it's divine madness.